Hey guys, happy Faith Warrior Wednesday from Old Mobile. I wanted to coming from me from what kind of like the topic is on it. But it's not. This is my back porch. Don't worry. We're good, unfortunately. I wanted to talk to you a little bit today about the story of Peter. And for those who don't remember, I'll kind of relay the story to you a little bit. The disciples were on the water in the Sea of Galilee, and a bad storm came up out of nowhere. And in that storm, Jesus walked on the water towards them, and they didn't recognize him at first, so they thought he was a ghost, and they were scared and all that. And then he called out to them and told them who he was. And Peter, at that point, Peter being anxious, asked the Lord, can I please come wait me out? I'll come with you. I want to come with you. So he did. So Jesus did invite Peter to come on out with him. And at that point, you see a miracle take place, because Peter began to walk on water. Taking baby steps, but he does. He's very successful in that. And that's pretty amazing by itself. But as he steps out on the water, begins to walk, then his physical eyes take over. And he starts to look around them and see the wind and see the waves and all that, and begins to fear. And at that point, he begins to sink a little bit. And he becomes fearful. He's like, Lord, please help me. Please save me. And at that point, Jesus stepped over and said, you have so little faith, why do you fear? And he saves Peter. And they get back in the boat and all that. But what that tells us in a couple of different ways of understanding it, looking at what happened and what the story tells us, Jesus comes up during our most trying and stormy times in our life, and we don't recognize him. We don't see him for who he is. We think that many things might go bad or might go wrong, and they very well may, but when you focus on him, they don't go bad. And that's the other part. Because when Peter was able to walk on the water to Jesus until fear kicked in, until the fear took over, and then he began to sink by taking his eyes off of Jesus. And that's really one thing we need to make sure that we focus on ourselves, is if we focus and watch Jesus, keep our eyes at all times on Jesus, and not worry about the things around us, the things that may happen or may go on around us. When you keep your eyes focused on the Lord himself, he will see you through. Have confidence, he will see you through. The miracle of Peter walking on the water shows by itself how awesome he is and what he can do, what he's capable of. But when you let fear creep into your life, bad things can and probably will happen. So don't do that, guys. Focus for your time, effort, and energy on Jesus and what he says and the promises he's made. And at that point, you will be able to actually get through whatever it is that you're facing. Because we don't realize this in everyday life. But Jesus tells us he's gone before us. He's not asking us to figure it out. He's asking us to trust, because he already has. Alright guys, that's it for today. That's my Faith Warrior Wednesday. Talk to you guys on Friday.